Hey guys, I'm just going to fly through Thursday's home workout with you. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is just a couch stretch. So foot up onto our bench, up against the wall, chair, whatever it is we might be using. Okay, so half kneeling position, coming down, squeezing our glutes, tucking our pelvis under. Okay, rib cage is down and just pushing those hips forward. If you feel like you can increase the stretch a little bit, just come up onto your tippy toes in this front foot, or just slide a plate or a box, anything at all that you have at home, couple of books, okay, just to increase the stretch just a little bit in the front of that quad. So about 45 seconds on each side with that. Then we're just going to go into an Indian sit. Okay, so usually I would be doing this inside, okay, and I would sit up against the wall. So ideally that is what we want to be doing. Okay, so sitting up against the wall, so it just helps keep that back nice and straight, pulling those heels all the way in, and then driving those knees out to the side as much as we can, really trying to push that belly button as far forward as we can and staying up nice and tall as we open up the groin. From there then it is into shoulder cars. So it is a half kneeling position again. Okay, keeping my hand nice and close in, so palm is facing in. Okay, keeping my hips in line, and then from there it is a very slow, controlled, deliberate movement. So I'm bringing that hand all the way right up, keeping it in line. My hips and my torso is not rotating. Hand comes back behind. Then I'm going to rotate all the way, keeping it in close to my body as I possibly can. Back around, bringing my hand to my pocket. That's one, and I want to do 5 of those, switching over and doing 5 on the other side. After that, so 3 rounds as usual. After that, we have a little bit of strength work today. So first thing we're going to do is just some variation of a plank. Ideally we're looking for is a dynamic plank. So a dynamic plank, okay, is just that plank but adding a little bit of movement into it. So the one we're going to do today, okay, is a hacksaw plank. So again, everybody should notice that we have done it plenty of times in the gym. So it is getting into that plank position. Remember, when we're in a plank, we don't want to be stuck in this position, okay? We want to tuck our pelvis under. That's where we want to be, onto your elbows. So with the hacksaw plank, you're going to need to rest your feet onto something that will slide on whatever surface you're doing. So I'm using the rubber mats here, so unless I actually have the gliders that we would have in the gym, okay, it's very, very difficult to kind of show. So ideally what you want to be doing is doing them on tiles or on a wooden floor, and maybe putting tea towels or something like that underneath your feet. Okay, but we should all know the movement. So once I get into that position, okay, I am pulling myself forward. Okay, so my shoulders come up and rocking myself back. So forward and back motion. Okay, so just to give you kind of a rough idea of what I'm talking about, once you get into that position, it is rocking forward and back. Okay, trying not to push and drive those hips up into the air so you pike up, and then making sure that you don't nose dive down to the ground and collapse. Okay, we are not keeping that core engaged, keeping that pelvis tucked under. Okay, so that's what we always want to be doing. So hacksaw planks, if you can't do a hacksaw plank with your toes pointed, okay, we just do it as normal plank position with your feet, trying to do those, or we can go into just a plank hold with toes pointed, or we can just go into a regular plank hold. Okay, so loads of different options on that one. Then we're just going to go into a half kneeling press. Okay, so a half kneeling press, coming down. If I'm doing my right side, I'm going to have my left foot forward. Okay, so I'm looking for stability all the time. So I'm going to take that weight, keep my elbow nice and tucked in, pushing all the way directly up overhead, so I have got full extension all the time. Okay, my arm is alongside my ear, torso is staying in line, rib cage is down. I'm keeping good balance. I'm driving this foot into the ground to create good stability, pulling down, touch shoulder, and press all the way back up. So as usual, when we're going to be doing strength work with these things, it's all relative to the weight that you have available to you. So we're looking in and around kind of that 6 to 10 kind of rep range, depending on what weight you have available and how difficult and challenging you're looking to make it be. So 5-6 rounds of your strength work. Try to get that done before you get into your Metcon, whether that be before Zoom or whatever in the evening, or whatever it is you do it. So your Metcon today, okay, so it is total reps that we're looking for. So total rounds, reps, okay, we're looking for. The way this works is, okay, it is as many rounds as possible in 5 minutes. Then you'll have a 30-second rest, then we'll go again for another 5 minutes, take a 30-second rest, okay, and then 5 minutes to finish. So it's 16 minutes in total. Okay, so within your 5 minutes, okay, you are going to do 6 swings with a kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you have available to you. You're going to do 8 shoulder taps, okay, and we're going to do 10 lungesters. Okay, so new name, lungesters. I did not call them that. I did not come up with the name. Seen them somewhere else. Okay, I would come up with a way cooler name like Lungy McSquatters, Trustersons, or whatever it might be. Okay, so that is not my name. Okay, so swings, kettlebell swings that we all know. Okay, so remember, feet slightly wide and shoulder width apart. Okay, we're getting into a real hip hinge, so I'm driving those hips back, keeping that chest up all the time. So just make sure that we are not turning them into a half squat. So doing this when we're doing our swings, so it is all the way back. Okay, it is basically keeping that kettlebell or weight dumbbell as high or as underneath your legs as you possibly can, and then snapping those hips forward, squeezing those glutes tight at the top. We are just looking for eye level. Okay, with the swings, we're going into 6 swings, then it is 8 shoulder taps. A little bit different today with the shoulder taps. 1 is equal to right, okay, and left and opposite. So you're going right hand, left hand, that's 1. Okay, not 1, 2, it is 1 and 1, that's equal. Okay, so when we come down into the position, press up position, okay, it is 1, 2. Okay, so keep those hands directly underneath your shoulders. Keep your core engaged, pelvis tucked under, and try not to be doing this where we're all rotating and the whole body is moving all the time. Okay, so remember, it is right hand, left hand is equal to 1 today. Okay, so you have to do 8 of those. So 6 swings, 8 shoulder taps. And then last thing we're going to do is 10 of our lungesters. Okay, so a lungester basically is reverse lunge on your front lunge, whichever, I don't mind, whichever you find a little easier. Okay, on your right side and 1 on your left side. Okay, and then it is into 1 thruster. So most of us will be doing this probably with a single weight. Okay, if you're doing it with a barbell or anything, then it's a little bit easier. You can hold the bar in that front rack position. Okay, if you're using an empty bar, you prefer it on a back position. Okay, that's up to you, but you will then have to bring it to here to actually be able to press it overhead for your thruster. Okay, so you can do that. Reverse lunge, step, get into your feet, down, thruster, overhead. If you're doing it with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, which most of us will be, okay, way I would do it is right side. Okay, so I'm going to hold my weight here. I'm going to go reverse lunge, get into my position, down, thruster. Okay, from there, then switch sides, down, and press. Okay, so I would do my reverse lunge, right side, reverse lunge, left side, and thruster, all with the weight on one side, then switch over, do it all on the other side. That's 1, by the way. So when you do 1 reverse lunge on your right, 1 reverse lunge on your left, okay, and your thruster, that's equal to 1 rep, and you have to do 10 of those. So it is 16 minutes in total, 5-minute AMRAP, okay, with 6 swings, 8 shoulder taps, 10 lungesters, 30-second rest. Do it all again for 5 minutes, 30-second rest, do it all again for 5 minutes, and it's counting your total reps across all 16 minutes. That's it, guys. That is Thursday. Hope to see you good for you on Zoom. Talk to you then.